are some celeb couples that just seem meant to be together. Then there are the other couples that we just couldn't care less about. Here are some celebrity relationships we just can't be bothered with anymore. Be sure you're subscribed to The Taco for more of our latest videos. Let's get started. Rihanna and Hassan Jameel. We love Rihanna, and this bold and talented beauty has a history of very public relationships. Her on-again, off-again relationship with Chris Brown caused no small end of controversy and generated a lot of publicity for both stars. Since then, she's dated baseball player Matt Kemp and has been associated with many other stars, including Drake and Leonardo DiCaprio. But of course, we all know she's been dating Hassan Jameel for a long time now. Oh wait, for some reason nobody ever talks about this relationship. Hassan Jameel is a businessman from one of the richest families in the world. For some reason, the relationship between these two people who appear to be total opposites just isn't compelling. There were very few photos of the two lovebirds together, making this very different from Rihanna's past relationships. Maybe this is for the best and a sign that Rihanna is finally in a mature and stable partnership. We wish her the best going forward, but we can't say that we are overly interested in their relationship. Spencer and Heidi Pratt. Heidi and Spencer Pratt are pretty insufferable, and they're only worse when they're together. The world became aware of these two on MTV's The Hills, and their relationship ultimately ended Heidi's friendship with Lauren Conrad. For whatever reason, these two continually rub people the wrong way. Maybe it's their perceived shallowness, highlighted by Heidi's multiple plastic surgeries. Or perhaps it's their increasingly desperate attempts to become relevant again. At the height of their popularity, the pair were pulling in about $2 million a year, but they spent it faster than they could make it. They filled their closets with designer clothes, bought $3,000 bottles of wine, and even began collecting delicate crystals. Now it's hard to say whether they truly just missed the spotlight or if they're just desperate for cash since they squandered their fortune. Things became so desperate that they even had to move back into the vacation home of Spencer's parents where they don't pay rent. Even the addition of adorable baby Gunnar doesn't make these two any more interesting. They've already started getting their son into commercials, so maybe he'll have more success than his questionably famous parents. Ashlee Simpson and Evan Ross. You probably know Ashlee Simpson as the younger sister of the much more successful Jessica Simpson. It's safe to say that Ashlee Simpson is barely a celeb nowadays, and most people remember her best from the time she was caught lip-syncing on Saturday Night Live. She started seeing Evan Ross, who has had a few acting roles but is most well known for being the son of singer Diana Ross. If you think it's just the Taco that isn't interested in this pair, we'll let you know we're not alone. While some celebs try to be secretive about serious life events like weddings and the birth of a child, others see it as an opportunity to cash in. Celebs make big bucks for selling photos of their weddings, and Ashlee and Evan hope to cash in on their nuptials. Jessica Simpson reportedly made $300,000 for photos of her most recent wedding, but nobody was interested in Ashlee. To add insult to injury, the only magazine that did express an interest was People, and they were primarily interested in getting photos of Jessica at the wedding. We aren't sure how much Ashlee ended up making, but we're betting it certainly wasn't the six-figure sum her sister commanded. Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard. There are some couples that we just love to hate on, but Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard aren't one of them. They're not on this list because we're sick of their dramatic tirades. It's just that their relationship is so painfully dull. The pair announced that they wouldn't be tying the knot until everyone had the right to get married in the United States. After the Supreme Court's decision of the Defense of Marriage Act, Kristen made a public Twitter proposal asking Dax to marry her. Proposing via Twitter is really cringe-inducing, and she made sure to include hashtags as if we were all anxiously waiting to see if this heterosexual couple would finally get married. It might have been well-intentioned, but the whole thing came off as a tone-deaf attention grab. Another thing this pair feels strongly about is that children of celebrities shouldn't be in magazines. They've spoken out against paparazzi taking and selling pictures of celebrity kids and urged people to boycott magazines that include them. Which is all well and good, but were people really clamoring for photos with these two anyways? We respect their decision not to share photos and videos of their children, but luckily they treat us to plenty of couple selfies that we aren't interested in. Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis. Did you ever have that one couple in high school that were always going overboard with PDA? In the celebrity world, that couple is Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis. On the surface, this is what seems to be a happy relationship between two beautiful people, but it's one that we are so sick of hearing about. That's because these two are the king and queen of TMI, and their oversharing has gone way too far. Olivia once claimed the two frequently go at each other with the Kenyan marathon runners. When Jason dropped a bunch of weight, he announced that his fitness plan involved involved bedroom antics instead of hours at the gym. Sometimes a little bit of mystery is a good thing, and that's something that these celebs don't seem to understand as they continue to overshare. Olivia did say during her marriage to Tao Ruspoli, she felt as if her womanhood positively ceased to be. We're certainly happy for her that she's found someone she's more physically compatible with. We just wish we didn't have to see and hear about it all the time. We know what it's like to feel like you can't keep your hands off of someone, but sometimes you really should. Tori Spelling and Dean McDermott. Since the two met on the set of a Lifetime movie, it makes sense that their relationship is positively fraught with drama. A celeb couple with a shady beginning and constant ongoing drama should be something we are interested in. Yet, we just can't seem to muster up the energy to care about Tori Spelling and Dean McDermott. They met on the set of Mind Over Murder while both married to other people. They instantly began having an affair and ultimately left their spouses for one another. Tori married Dean less than a month after finalizing her divorce from ex-husband Charlie Shanahan. Most love stories that start with an affair don't end happily, and this one is no exception. In 2013, Dean cheated on Tori with Emily Goodhand, to the surprise of pretty much no one except Tori. In other bad news, the pair are heavily in debt and are trying desperately to crawl out of a financial pit. It doesn't help that they have 5 children together, and Tori has stated that she's open to having more. Tori and Dean are both hot messes in their own way, and it seems like they deserve one another in a weird way. They're one of those couples we hear too much about when we really don't care. Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth. Don't get us wrong, there was a time when we were actually interested in the relationship between Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth. They're both gorgeous and incredibly talented, and actually met on the set of The Last Song, based on a book by Nicholas Sparks. If the man who wrote The Notebook couldn't keep these crazy kids together, maybe nothing will. They quickly began dating, and Miley admitted that Liam was her muse for Can't Be Tamed. Then, in November 2010, the two went on a break. We all know how well those usually work, but these two ended up back together afterwards. They even got engaged before ultimately calling off the wedding. But we were surprised that they ended up back together. However, by that point, we had run out of patience when it came to caring about their relationship. Even when Miley gets a tattoo of Liam's favorite condiment, it just interested us in the slightest. Maybe these crazy kids will make it work this time, but regardless, their relationship is probably the least interesting thing about these two stars. Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber. Are they or aren't they? Will they or won't they? These are usually the questions we are interested in, but not in the case of Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber. With them, it's more like again and why. These two went from being coy and secretive to their relationship to being very dramatic about their many breakups and makeups. At this point, Selena and Justin seem like a terrible match for one another, and we just can't stand seeing them start things up over and over again. They do know there are other people out there, right? Selena Gomez has always had the reputation for being a kind person, while Bieber has done many eyebrow-raising things over the years. This includes getting arrested for driving under the influence, spitting on his fans, and even egging a house. At this point, the only thing we're interested in is what on earth Selena could possibly see in this guy that keeps her coming back so often. Even Selena has admitted that she's sick of hearing about their relationship and hates that it's come to define her. One second these two are bickering over social media about Sophia Richie, and the next they're spotted canoodling each other. LeAnn Rimes and Eddie Cibrian. Affairs aren't unheard of, especially if you're a celebrity. Sometimes passion takes over, but some grace and care is needed, especially when children are involved. Well, tell that to LeAnn Rimes and Eddie Cibrian. The pair were married when they met, and Cibrian had 2 children with his now ex-wife Brandi Glanville. They started a torrid affair that ended both of their marriages and ended up marrying one another. LeAnn has stated that she regrets the affair but not the outcome, but she sure doesn't act like it. Sure, Eddie's ex Brandi can be inflammatory, but it's hard to blame her when she has to co-parent with her ex and the woman he left her for. LeAnn is known for rising to her bait and making statements not exactly befitting a stepmother. All in all, nobody really looks good in this situation, and it makes it hard to be overly concerned about any of the parties involved. As soon as they were officially together, LeAnn rushed full force into being a stepmom for Eddie's kids, which reportedly upset their biological mom, Brandi, who felt she overstepped. Overall, it's an ugly situation that a bunch of uninteresting people have gotten involved with. It's only for the sake of the children that we hope they can sort it out. Tom Brady and Gisele Bundchen. A star football player and a gorgeous supermodel sound like a match made in heaven, and that's part of the reason we find these two so tiring. Tom Brady is a polarizing figure in sports, but we can't help but find Gisele Bundchen quite sanctimonious on social media. She's truly mastered the art of the humble brag, and it makes hearing about this couple pretty unbearable. Gwyneth Paltrow has a reputation for being hilariously out of touch based on her lifestyle website, but Gisele is really just as bad. She even claimed that giving birth to their child didn't hurt at all, and the next day she was up and making pancakes and washing dishes. Gisele also added that there should be a law against feeding your child formula, and needless to say, that ignorant comment didn't go over well with most exhausted moms. To make herself seem even more absurd, she once posted a picture of her breastfeeding her daughter while a team worked on her hair and makeup. She had the audacity to add the hashtag multitasking. Her unbearable online presence has really soured people on this beautiful couple and left them unconcerned about the state of their relationship. Tell us which relationship leaves you feeling blah in the comments section. Don't forget to subscribe to The Taco for more awesome videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.